Shalom, Israel. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rakah, Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders and bishops at Great Millstone. And peace and salutations and peace and mercy to the prophets, the hopeful elect, the 144,000. And to the men and women of the 12 lost tribes of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians. Shalom. Back with another lesson. I'll title this one, Constantly Endure. Constantly endure. Call halal, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Call halal, Yamla, Allahayanawa, Abanawa, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. And, something that's on my spirit, and as the title reads, constantly endure. And this will be straight to the point. And you have all the events, all the commotion that's taking place around the world, but ultimately in this place, the U.S. A lot of people are they're in a position. They're stuck. The Lord got them, just stagnant, just stuck in a place, man. Some of us are living in a place that you may not want to be there, but this is where the Lord got you at right now, and you just stuck there, and you got to endure. Some of us is on a job. Some of us got a job that we don't want to be at, but this is where the Lord got you at right now. This is where he got you put right now. In other different situations, but you got to constantly endure. Let me go here. This is just a quick hit. Like I said, something that's on my spirit. It's because it's just, it's not. Things are not going to get better. They're not going to get better. And the Lord, He has a elect, a remnant out of His people that he in this time he's gonna make ways out of these different traps that are being set, ultimately by the devil, Esau, Edom. And you also have evil and wicked doers amongst our own people, that are joined hand in hand with Esau, and looking to do wicked, but whatever it is, the Lord, He's going to make a way for His remnant, the elect out of His people. But 2/3 of His people and on down to the other nations, it's big time trouble coming. It's big time trouble coming. There's only one way to prep, for what's coming, and it's through the scriptures. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. Let me go here. The scriptures. This is the map. This is the map. This is the keys to salvation. This is the vehicle how to get away, how to escape all of this, man. Spiritually, because this isn't a physical fight. This is a spiritual battle. that we're in. You know, a war on your mind. People are about to go crazy and lose it. Ecclesiasticus 2 and 1. Ecclesiasticus 2 and 1, and it reads, it says, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, prepare thy soul for temptation. See? Prepare thy soul for temptation. See? And you know, the lust, you know, the pleasures, the cares of life. You know, you come into this walk, man. You gotta become a new creature, a new person. You gotta put that old person away. And we know ultimately that RFID, that micro C hip is coming. That micro C hip, the mark, which is spoken about in Revelation, the 13th chapter. Because you're going to need that. That's going to be the new requirement coming. To buy food, you know, to get a job, a home, you're going to need that. You're going to need that mark, that micro C hip. And that's going to be the ultimate tempter. You know, especially if you got a family, a wife, kids, or a husband and children, you know, you're going to need that. That's going to be the ultimate temptation right there. But the temptation is all around us. It's all around us. This is why you got to stay in this word. It says too. It says, set thy heart aright. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure. Like I said, man, a lot of, you know, so you got some of us, we're living in a home or a place that we don't want to be. But this is where the Lord, He got you at right now. You just stuck. You can't really make no moves right now. You just stuck where you at. Or your job. Or you know, your car, or, you know, whatever, you know, what it is. It just got you stuck right there. And you got to endure, man. Whatever the situation is. It says, set thy heart aright and constantly endure. You got to endure constantly. He that endureth unto the end, the same shall be saved. You got to be ready to go the distance, man, in this end. Is it, you know, this is a time that we ain't never seen before. The world we've never seen this type of action that's coming. It says, and make not haste in time of trouble. This is the time to be seeking the Lord more than ever. And make not haste in time of trouble. Don't put off the Lord. A lot of people are putting it off right now. Putting it off. They're putting the Lord off right now. They gotta wait and see if this is really gonna go where they saying it's gonna go. Is it really gonna be that bad? Oh, it's gonna be terrifying. Terrifying. You cannot physically prep for what the Lord is bringing in this end. Your greatest soldier. Your best soldier cannot prep physically prep for what the Lord is bringing on the earth in this time. Your greatest warrior cannot prep for what the Lord is bringing. This is spiritual. You're going to have this wisdom and knowledge. He said, make not haste in time of trouble. People are steady putting the Lord off. They're going to wait until the shit hits the fan, and they're going to try to do everything they can to seek the Lord, and it's going to be too late. It's going to be too late. It says 3. It says, cleave unto him and depart not away. Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased in at thy last end. In this end, we are in the end. All the praying, the fasting, the chastisement, all the real servants. You know, starting with the apostles on down here at Great Millstone, and on down. You know, the real believers on Yahawah, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi that have gave up everything and that, you know, seeking him in truth and sincerity. And that's ultimately part of the elect. They're the increase. While everybody else was putting it off and going this way and that way, you know, and that's not a part of the Lord's elect, they're going to suffer. But the elect is going to, the Lord going to make, he told you that his elect, his remnant, they're going to flourish like the palm tree. The palm tree withstands all, you know, danger and trouble, man. You know, it's just symbolic to the storms, typhoons, and hurricanes, and things like that. The palm tree just it withstands it all. See, it says 4. It says whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully. See, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient. This is what it's about. You can't take matters into your own hands right now. You got to be patient. And be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. See? And this is like I said, you know, you got, some of us are just stuck, man. The Lord got you put right, you know, right where he wants you to right now. And you got to deal with that. So some of us were doing great last year. Some of us were doing excellent last year. But this year, it's been changed. You're brought to a lower state. The Lord said you got to be patient. This is the Lord's battle. You know, his ways are not our ways. You got to, you just got to, this is where the Lord got you at right now. A lot of us. Whatever the position is right now, and it just feel like you just stuck. That's the Lord. That's the Lord, man. And you just got to be patient. Don't flip out and do nothing crazy and try to go cheat and cut corners. And, you know, you just got to continue to endure. Endure and continue to do right and seek the Lord. And sooner or later, the Lord going to make a way. He going to open up a door. See? It says 5. It says, for gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. It says, because we're being tried. You know, tried like gold in the fire. See? The ultimate test is coming. The Lord tell you, who shall stand up for me against the workers of iniquity and the workers of evildoers, roughly paraphrasing it. Got to be tested. It says 6. It says, believe in him and he will help thee. Believe in him and he will help thee. Order thy way aright and trust in him. See? 7, I'll close out with this. Oh, Salakia. I'll go one more. 7. It says, ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy, and go not aside lest ye fall. We got to wait. We gotta wait, man. See? Ye that fear the Lord, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, wait for his mercy. We have to wait for him. Let the Lord do what he gonna do. You know, it's getting uncomfortable, but this is the condition of the battle. This is the condition of the battle, and we gotta let the Lord do what he do, because the Lord has perfect timing. Perfect timing. Perfect. He's never missed. It says 8. I'll close out 8. It says, ye that fear the Lord, believe in him, and your reward shall not fail. See? Because ultimately is to be delivered out of this, man. 9. It says, ye that fear the Lord, hope for good and for everlasting joy and mercy. Everlasting joy and mercy. And I'll leave it there, man. And this is what we're waiting for. Everlasting joy and mercy for eternity. Shalom.